Tensions and voices rose on Thursday as Donald Trump's lawyer hit back against prosecutors, accusing their star witness repeatedly of lying. On the most tense day yet of cross-examination, Michael Cohen, Mr. Trump's former fixer, described talking to the former president directly about a hush-money payment to an adult film star. But attorney Todd Blanche all but shouted Cohen's testimony was a lie. Records, he said, show Cohen called Mr. Trump's bodyguard about a prank caller. Mr. Blanche's theory of the phone call was designed to sow doubt on Cohen's third day on the stand, as the jury watched the furious exchange with intense focus. Following the heated moment, Mr. Blanche stormed back to the defense table and sat down next to his client. When the judge announced an afternoon recess, there was a collective exhale in the room. Mr. Trump is charged with 34 felony counts of falsifying business records for allegedly disguising payments to Cohen as legal expenses when they were in fact reimbursements for paying off film star Stormy Daniels, who claims she had sex with him. Prosecutors allege Mr. Trump sought to keep damaging information from the public to protect his 2016 presidential campaign. Mr. Trump has pleaded not guilty to all counts and denied having sex with Miss Daniels. On the stand Thursday under pressure, Cohen maintained that his previous testimony was true and that he spoke to Mr. Trump about the payout to Miss Daniels on a call on the 24th of October 2016. Earlier this week, prosecutors asked Cohen about the call to help establish Mr. Trump's alleged direct knowledge of the payoff scheme. Cohen testified that he kept his boss aware during every step of the process of paying Ms. Daniels. As the man at the center of the payout, Cohen's testimony is crucial for prosecutors to prove whether or not Mr. Trump had knowledge of the allegedly fraudulent reimbursement plan. But Cohen's criminal record, history of lying to Congress, and profane public criticism of Mr. Trump makes him a flawed witness. In 2018, he pleaded guilty to federal campaign finance crimes over the hush money payment, but maintains that he sent the money at Mr. Trump's direction. The defense seized on Cohen's credibility issues for nearly 2 days and sought to paint him as a liar with a vendetta against Mr. Trump. On Thursday morning, Mr. Blanche played recordings from Mr. Cohen's podcast, Mea Culpa, where the witness expressed a desire to see the former president go through the booking process and said of Mr. Trump, "I want this man to go down." Mr. Blanche also confronted Cohen with an X post where he called the former president Dumbass Donald. "Does the outcome of this trial affect you personally?" Mr. Blanche asked him. "Yes," Cohen replied. The president's attorney pressed Cohen repeatedly about his guilty plea for lying to Congress and aggressively questioned Cohen about previous statements that he did not believe prior tax evasion charges he pleaded guilty to were fair. Several hours of similar questioning all led to the dramatic showdown over the 24th of October 2016 phone call. Mr. Blanche first asked Cohen if he recalled receiving harassing calls in late October 2016. Cohen confirmed he had. Mr. Blanche then displayed communications between Cohen and Mr. Trump's bodyguard, Keith Schiller, on the 24th of October discussing how to deal with the prank calls. Amid their discussions about the prank caller is a call between Cohen and Mr. Schiller that Cohen previously testified he made to discuss the payout to Ms. Daniels with Mr. Trump. That call lasted 1 minute and 36 seconds. Mr. Blanche expressed skepticism that Cohen could have discussed both the prank caller and the 6-figure payout in such a brief period. But Cohen countered that part of that call was about the 14-year-old who was behind the calls. He knew that Mr. Schiller was with their boss at the time, and the call was about more than just the harassment, he said. Cohen insisted he always ran everything by the boss immediately, and that he did so on that call. The response drew a dramatic reaction from Mr. Blanche. "That was a lie," he declared loudly. Numerous Republican members of Congress filled the benches behind Mr. Trump on Tuesday in a show of partisan support. A Trump campaign spokeswoman attended, as did his son, Eric Trump. Reps Matt Gaetz of Florida, Lauren Boebert of Colorado, and Andy Biggs were among the entourage, which was so large that some lawmakers had to sit in the back of the courtroom. Cohen's testimony has piqued public interest. The line to get into court stretched down the block Thursday morning, and journalists and members of the public had hired line sitters to save them a spot overnight. Kindly like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments section.